Yeah, it should be there. I've got an idea. Let's put it above everything. Right, it should be. Yeah, it'll be there this time.
Okay,
I rearranged some stuff so the layers were wrong.
that was quite smart. So going into the quiz. For those of you who haven't taken part in the quiz before, please read the instructions and enable your name on either the side if you're on PC or on the widgets below if you're on phone. 6 questions, and these are all about the top teams. So, starting with question 1. Rip have the best average efficiency, but how high is it? 10.8, 13.8, 16.8, or 19.9?
Well, Rip being an international team, so they're one of the
It must be
ones.
19.8. My phone my fingers messed up. There.
Oh, you always get one wrong. I mean, I know what the answer is, Brett, and I'm not sure what I would have gone for in truth.
Uh, I would have probably gone high, seeing like you said, Rip is an international team, and international teams have gotten there. But that's the highest average efficiency is being at 13.8 is really interesting.
Very.
One person got that correct, and one person went for 16.8. We'll again after question 2 we'll check the scores, and after question 4 we'll check the scores. Question number 2: ABR Bullet Bills are the most rushy deck, but what is the average expected amber? 38, 35, 32, or 27?
I mean, all these are high ambers. I mean, it could happen.
I mean, I've not seen a 38 expected amber deck, but I know they exist. I've seen a couple of 35s and 32s. But 20. I mean, for the highest rush deck, 27 seems quite low. Whereas 32, 35 seem more on the mark. 38 is a little bit out there, but we are including. I think 38 would be more pushed towards 85, 90 sort of sass.
Mm-hmm.
But
So what's the answer then, man?
correct answer is 27, and one person got that correct again, and one person went for 32. So sticking to them on the lower end.
Well, let's see what the next one is.
No, we're going to go to the scores.
Ooh, even better.
So One Star Peeps is currently at minus 26,000, whereas Crystal is at 28,000 above.
Well done. Kongi and Lorenzo are there biding their time for a question they're comfortable with.
Makes sense. Moving into question number 3. Disillusioned have the highest amber control, but what is their average? 9.5, 7.5, 11.5, or 13.5?
So this is not the highest deck. This is their average across the 3 decks.
Yeah, this is the average across the 3 decks, because they have the highest amber control overall as a team, but what's their average among all 5 decks? So there might be teams out there that have got higher amber control in a singular deck, but between all 5 decks, they've got the highest amber control. Again, which is, I don't know how Mr. Kong does all this data, because even we've got what 60 odd teams.
It's not Mr. Kong, it's Liptops, but carry on.
Liptops, so yeah, I don't know how Mr. Liptops actually correlates all this data. We must have some. One person went for 9.5, one person went for 11.5, but no one got the correct answer at 13.5.
Interesting.
Moving on to question number 4. And that is Lance is the most broady team, but how many creatures are there in all 5 decks? 101, 121, 61, or 81? Yeah. You gotta think all 5 decks. You can have a minimum of, I think it's 11 or 10 creatures, and I think the highest is about 26. So between all 5 decks, 121 is probably the most unlikely, unless you hit the pretty much brought the limit near enough every single time. But we'll see. 2 people went for 101, and the correct answer is 101. So come down who hit that the fastest.
Wasn't me.
Let's have a look at the scores. Crystal is now ahead at 32,000, Well, 1-star peeps is at minus 36,000. Moving on to question number 5. Miguel's Mavericks have the most artifacts, but how many artifacts are in all 5 decks? 23, 26, 18, or 33? I've never actually looked if there's a maximum amount of artifacts you can have in a deck. I've seen some decks that have got loads of them. $23, 28, 18, or 33. Oh, this was really good fun.
Sorry, just trying to work to go away.
One person got the correct answer at 23, and somebody else was quite close at 18, but the correct answer was 23. 23 artifacts among all 5 decks. That's some very powerful artifacts, that does make a lot of sense. And the final question. The Russian Smiths have the most Amber Pips, but how many Amber Pips do they have among all 5 decks? 89, 94, 79, or 84?
I know what I would go for.
What would you go for?
Well, I'm not going to say yeah. I'll let the timer go down a little bit more first.
I imagine they pressed as soon as it came on to try and get more points.
So I guess 84.
Ooh, and your reasoning would be?
16, an average of 16 a deck is pretty high. Some will be, one will be at 14, one will be 16, and one will be 18. I reckon. I think anything higher than that is a bit much.
That's fair. That's fair. But I would say, although the average, you say an average is 16, if you go to the 60 and 65 star stakes, you're probably looking at a bit lower than that.
Yeah, that's why I said the average. But what's the answer? What's the answer?
The answer is 79.
Oh, okay. I was close.
One person got that correct at 79, one person went 89, and unfortunately we were not able to get the correct answer, so now we'll look at the final scores. And we have Crystal at 35,000, and 1-star Peeps was climbing back up, but unfortunately was not quite able to get the score into the positive.
So well done, Crystal. Congratulations. Great to see you back doing the quiz. We're going to say now that next week's quiz, we are going to give a mat away. Just one mat for the winner of the quiz next week. The condition is you haven't already won one on the previous week, or I have forgotten that you've already won one on the previous week. But Crystal, so if you want to come back next week for a chance to win a mat, Mr. Congy will hopefully be there. 1-star Peeps will hopefully be there, and we'll see where we go.
Exactly.
So let's at this point jump over to the
Wheel of Fortune.
The Wheel of Disappointment.